I spent over 35 years in the industry and found myself the only woman in many rooms on many plant floors. And I knew that I had more to offer. I knew many people I worked with had more to offer, and I really wanted to change the face of power and influence in the industry so that all voices could be heard. And our main goals are ensuring that cultures are inclusive as possible and people feel like they belong. Our second goal is to ensure leaders are committed to providing a safe space where everyone can thrive. The third one is making sure that we have systemic change. So what are the policies and processes that need to be put in place so everyone can thrive? And then the last one is making sure everyone has a chance for a substantive career path moving forward. So CADIA is a membership organization, and our way that we really shine is providing a place for people to come together to share lessons learned and best practices. Leading DEI at the company can be lonely sometimes because you're the only person, or maybe you're also trying to wear 4 or 5 different other hats. And so coming together where we can learn from each other, where we can support each other, lift each other up, is really what we strive to do. In order to double the number of diverse leaders in automotive by the year 2030, we really had to get a baseline for where we're at. So we did a talent study a couple of years ago that really looked at the demographics across leadership levels and job positions, because we know some job positions sideline people and some job positions set people up for advancement. So that's the first thing that we wanted to do. Secondly, we have a lot of programs that help people with career paths. You know, how do I find that right move? How do I find the right mentor? How do I find a sponsor? And then the third thing that we do is we have a 12-week accelerator program so that everyone can learn about diversity, equity, and inclusion as it relates to their functional area. It's more than just about hiring. It is about making sure we're designing products and services that are inclusive, that we have policies and procedures so that we can have inclusive benefits so that families can thrive as well. I think the biggest issue right now is there's a misunderstanding of what diversity, equity, and inclusion is. I think many people think it is reverse discrimination or it's a zero-sum game. The second challenge is the work is not done the same across the board, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. So we're there to educate, to provide learning and awareness on what diversity, equity, and inclusion is all about. And really it's making sure that we have workplaces that work for all. My experience in manufacturing and automotive was so key in me starting this organization. When I had held myself back for many, many years, and once I finally got into the room with all of the leaders, the managers, I was sitting at the table looking around thinking, oh my goodness, I thought you had it all figured out. I didn't think I had a voice. And I found out that I had a voice, and maybe I even had a little bit more to contribute to the person to my right or left. And so having that experience really let me see that so many other people felt the same way, and we really need to hear all voices. One thing I'm starting to see is DEI moving away from just HR and moving into the functional areas. It is a cross-functional initiative or strategy, and so what I see is every single leader having some type of responsibility for inclusion and equity and making sure that all voices are heard. Well, there's always so much more to learn. The industry is changing so fast. We're going to have more change from now until the end of 2030 than we've had in the last 100 years. So I think attending conferences like this expose you to what is going on in the industry, and it helps you get outside of your bubble, and so you can meet people outside of your company, outside of your organization. I like the roundtables because there's more conversation and a chance to get to hear from different perspectives, different experiences, and have more of a conversation rather than just sitting in the audience having somebody talk at you.